What is going on, everybody? It is the MightyManokiin back again with some more Skyrim. And we have some pretty cool stuff going on. I have spent the last couple of days, hours and hours and hours, pretty much all of my free time, playing around with some mods. And we have about 30 to 35 mods installed right now. I mean, I've talked to people online that have, 100, 120 running, so I'm not worried about that kind of thing. I've messed around, make sure the performance is going to be okay. I kind of don't know why this is taking so long to load in. I've been running my game on and off all day today, messing around with some lighting and texture mods. But hopefully we'll get going here. Otherwise, this is going to be a very long episode. But yeah, I here we go. Bunch of new mods going. You might notice the game looks a little bit differently. Most of the stuff isn't a significant change. Mostly just because I don't have a Super Beast PC. So most of the new mods I have are kind of running on some lower settings. But just take, for example, Barrel. Looks basically the same. The top looks a little bit differently. The biggest change, when you go to open a chest, you get the open chest animation. But when you open a barrel, nothing happens. Except now, whoa, the barrel opens. Oh, I want that salt. Dang it, now I'm, already I'm too far over encumbered. Come here, Faendal. Dang it. Yeah, first thing I know we're going to want to do, I got a mod going for a new house for us that I've been to, but haven't... Oh, I have bones. Take those bones, son. That's what's weighing me down so hard. Thank you.
Let's get going then.
Yeah, I've played a little bit off camera here. I haven't, like, really leveled up or anything. I might have found a skill book, maybe, out in the wilderness randomly. But I've been running around to check textures and that kind of thing. The ground still looks like crap, and that's my PC. Like, if you look out here, I have the render settings on medium. So, if you go out to around this distance, the texture quality goes down a lot. On the houses, it's not noticeable that much, unless you compare it to something like this, compared to those houses out there. The little tiles look really flat out there. I don't know, it's not a huge difference. The ground doesn't look great. I have a road texture mod that changed the textures a little bit, but because my PC, I have to have a lower setting so it doesn't look good. So don't pay attention to that. Let's not have our weapon out, because I don't want to accidentally kill anybody. Some other small changes I'll take you guys with. And a lot of this stuff are things that I never really noticed until I installed the mods, and now I can never unsee them. For example, the chains here, they used to just be flat circles. You wouldn't really ever notice it, but just a small little graphical change, and now they're actual chains. And I will never be able to unsee that, unfortunately. So if I wouldn't have changed it, it would have annoyed the crap out of me for the rest of my days. Other little changes here. I guess there's not really a bench around, but benches and like tables and stuff all before were like square on the end, just because of bad texture quality. So this kind of rounds out the edges. It does the same on like chairs and desks and circular tables, that kind of thing especially makes it really noticeable. I got new rock textures. This to me is a huge difference. It actually, my frame rate went down just a tiny bit. Hopefully it's still going to be okay. We'll see in the video, because this looks a lot nicer. In town it's not actually that bad. Once I got in the wild, I can notice my frame rate, but I've been playing around with this a lot, so any changes are significant. Okay, I guess the rest of the stuff, I don't want to just stand here and talk about mods forever and ever and ever, so we're going to kind of talk about stuff as it comes up, except for this. Come here, Faendal. Recognize that? It's a Stark emblem from Game of Thrones. I got a Game of Thrones shield mod, and it is amazing, because they have basically all of the major houses. Arryn, Baratheon, Bolton, Brune, Clegane, Dondarrion, Dustin, Frey, Gardner. I mean, these, like, Gardner, Dustin, I haven't even heard of. I finished the 3rd book, so I'm not caught up or anything. But, like, you know, Greyjoy and all that kind of stuff. So, of course, I went with the Starks because... Of course I went with the Starks. Are you fucking kidding me? The one other mod I will talk about now, the water mod. This is... I threw that shield down there because that was too heavy. This is the one mod that, to me, is gigantically significant. The water textures in Skyrim suck, and there are a couple different water mods. This one is the one I liked the most. I honestly don't really remember which one it is because I was playing around with like 3 or 4 different ones. Let me see if I can see it here quickly. I guess I didn't write it down. I did not. That's fine. I think it's pure water, pure something. I think it's pure textures or something like that. But it adjusts the water. The other big one is called water. It's an acronym, W period A period T period E period R period, and it redoes some of the other textures as well. But it was a little flashy for me and it affected my frame rate a little more. This looks more natural to me. So once again, I mean, this might be stuff that you guys aren't even noticing, but to me, it is hugely noticeable. I got a lighting mod that makes the night a little bit darker, and the dungeons especially are significantly darker. There are like varying levels. I didn't want to make everything super dark just because I want you guys to be able to see. So I'm on like the light versions of all of them, but it does make it a tad bit darker, a tad bit more realistic. And then the daytime texture, it makes everything look a little bit more bleak. It's not too like unsaturated. There was another mod that is nice, but it makes the colors bounce like really bright, and it's more like fantasy looking. It looks a little bit more cartoony, and the mods I want to play around with are all more lore appropriate. This door looks amazing. I will just say that. And like with the rings, it adjusts the rings on the doors, makes them more circular. This is a higher definition texture. The wood is higher definition. You can see the little grains and stuff. It's really noticeable, especially from far away with the light, the way the light works, because it makes the torches stand out brighter because everything's a little darker. Looks really, really good. So what we're going to do first, I don't want to fast travel to my new house because it kind of takes me to the middle of it outside. I haven't actually even been inside the house yet. I've looked at some pictures, but that's it because I wanted to experience it for the first time with you guys. So we're going to do that first so we can deposit a bunch of shit, and then we'll fast travel back here to, I know we want to go ahead and join the companions, and there are a couple other mods that I got that I want to introduce while we are in Whiterun. But for now, we are going to travel. In fact, let's do this. Oh, I got a new map mod. Really just gets rid of some of the clouds so it's easier to see everything, and it adds the roads. It's not that useful for me particularly because I like making a beeline for places. That's how you find adventure. But for our purposes, having the roads makes it look really nice. I guess while we're over there, we might as well go discover Iverstead, because that quest, we're going to be talking to the Greybeards. We're not going to do that quest yet, but we will go initiate it since we're going to be right over there anyway. So much stuff to do, so much awesome stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's get going. So Dragonfalls Manor is the name of the house. Yeah, so like I said, I kind of wanted to discover it with you guys, even though I've already been there. I haven't been inside. I'm not happy with the ground textures. Everything looks a little muddy, and it makes it look that much worse because the stones and walls and stuff look so freaking good. But whatever, we'll deal. So, as I'm getting sidetracked already, talking about mods because it's so cool. Yeah, I want to walk inside for the first time, but we do need to do this because I'm basically at my max weight limit, and I have a bunch of stuff that I don't really want to sell that I want to hold on to, and we're going to make potions and stuff. I will do a little bit of potion making on camera in case some of you guys, haven't played the game or need a little tutorial on potion making, but then I'll do most of it off camera just because it's going to be me standing at the, whatever it's called, the potion making station. I'm sure there's an official name, brewing station. I don't freaking know. Brewing station's from Minecraft, but whatever. We're going to pick up this Nern root because it's rare and it makes a pretty sound. Yeah, this water looks so good. Look at this. Look at the realistic, and it's clear. You can see to the bottom. The creeks especially look so much better. They flow a little more realistically. Yeah, it's good stuff. Even for a, you know, mid-grade PC like I have, these changes make a big change without, you know, really killing my frame rate. Because, see, I mean, we're out here, we're fine. I tried to turn anti-aliasing and the anti-something-something back on, just at, like, low, just to see, you know, if I could maybe manage it, and not really, unfortunately, but it's cool. It's not going to make that significant of a difference. I'm just going to take all these flowers. I have so many orange flowers. It is ridiculous, but I want them, because brewing. Bam, bam, give me all that. Let's see which direction is going to be the fastest for us. Probably this direction. I can't not pick up these flowers. Oh, stop it. What is that? What it? Oh, Are you gonna attack me? Come on, guards, let's do it. Or is he just taunting me? Come here. Come on, son. Come on, son. I think he's just taunting me and then he's going to fly away. Well, there's some frame rate problems going on. Let's deal with that. Hey, come here. Sky looks cool. What's going on up there? I think that's on purpose. Not totally sure. We're just going to ignore it because there's no way I'm going to spend another couple hours messing around with all this stuff because I want to friggin' play this. Messing around with the mods that just make me want to play the damn game so much more, but I didn't... Okay. I didn't want to... Oh, hello. Oh, son. Eat it. Here's one. I guess I can talk about this mod now. I got, it's a variance mod. What's it actually called? So I say the right thing. It is automatic variance. It was a little bit more of a complicated mod to install, but it allows different textures to be used simultaneously, and it will randomly generate which one it's going to use on like enemies and stuff. So, you know, it works on the ones I have, you know, for wolves, bears, cows, chickens. I got it for, you know, frost atronachs, flame atronachs, Draugr, all a million different things. And I have like 3 or 4, I think 4 different, are you a good guy? Why are you glowing? Talsgar the Wanderer. What do you have to say?
Hello there, fellow traveler. One itinerant minstrel and wandering wastrel at your service.
What are you doing out here?
Why, to perform for my common man, of course. Why should only the courts and inns of wealthy towns be given the gift of music?
Okay.
Until next time.
Why did you kill that guy? I guess he was mad at you? Or he was trying to rob you? Okay, so here's... I'm going to keep talking about mods as they come up. I will take this lockpick and this gold. So this antique iron sword here is part of another mod that I have that actually... I think I have it in my favorites. Yeah, we do this. Scout sword, and I have a scout reversed sword. You can see, you can't really see it if I F. I can't really tell. But the... let's go in here. Oh! And this is a new mod too. I keep forgetting because I've been playing around with these for so long. I forget that these are all new. We'll talk about this whole thing in a second after because I don't want to get too sidetracked. So Scout reversed dagger here. You hold it backwards like a super assassin ninja. So the blade is coming out like of the bottom of your hand, if that makes sense, if I'm describing that correctly. It just looks cool. That's part of another mod, just a... it's a special weapons mod. It adds a bunch of different weapons. And I have one for armors as well. Immersive weapons and immersive armors, those are called. All of these mods can be found via the Steam Workshop for Skyrim or the Skyrim Nexus. I will leave links to those two places specifically in the description in case you play Skyrim and want to play around with mods. If you want links to specific mods that I've used, let me know in the comments. I can link those specifically, but if I link all of them, my description will be a mess. I've already forgotten which mod we were just talking about. What were we saying? Oh, it's just Faendal. I believe we were... Let me grab the butterfly. We were talking about... oh, crap. Oh, the automatic variants. So I have like 3 or 4 different skin... They're basically like skins mods. Well, this is a bad example because this wolf looks like the other one. He's like a black skin or whatever. Here you go. Well, here's a different one. So he's that like a more gray color. There you go. You can see me holding the dagger in my left hand there. Yeah, I got a bunch of these immersive weapons that I can make already, but some of them seem kind of OP, so we don't want to do that yet. I will say now, I'm going to go discover this stone, but I will say these caves that are super close, as much as I want to go explore them, we're not going to do that yet because I need to go to my damn house before I become over-encumbered again and have to talk to Faendal some more, which I really don't want to do. Okay, so yeah, those automatic variants. It's a really cool thing. It's a little complicated to install because you have to specially install the variants thing to make all the mods work at the same time. Otherwise, it would only let one of them work. So there's a gray wolf. Another gray wolf. Can we see another, like a bigger variation? Well, that's a black one. I guess that works. But hopefully, you guys get the gist. Come on, bro. Come at me. Oh, he's messing around with that fox. Come here, dude. Oh, I guess so. He is a little bit different color. He's like a darker gray, a diker gray, lesbian wolf. That's offensive, guys. Come on now, get your minds out of the gutter. So let's go up here and discover this. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys. I mean, go back and watch my last video and look at the rocks, and then look at this one with the rocks. Just, I'm blind. And that is a gigantic difference to me. It looks so much better. It's fantastic. I'm really happy about it. Oh boy.
That's close enough. Never should have done.
Necromancer, eh? Wow, these guys are kicking my ass a little bit. You're dead. The same thing as on skeletons. We're gonna heal here because I don't want to die. Restore health. Wait. Why do I only have 4 of those? That's not good. Let's use this on my sword. And then we'll, oh, she's dead. So we'll use, oh, okay. Well, then the next person we hit will get hit by that. We're gonna heal up. I still haven't totally messed around with that mod here that we'll talk about in a second. Sorry to tease you guys, but keep bringing it up, but I don't want to get too sidetracked on all my different mods. I want to try to remain as focused as possible. I don't need you. Do you guys got any like gold on you? Come on now. That's not worth it. What you got? What you got? Silver necklace? Sure. Sure. Oh, here you go. Oh, this is... Oh, well, this is another mod, but hey, really cool. I wish we would have seen this guy while he was still alive. So, normally in the game, I'm like getting chills. I'm so freaking excited about all these awesome mods. They make the game so much better. Not that this game was by any means bad in the beginning, but dear Lord, what some people come up with. So I'll do this as we're talking. You're not worth it. So, previously... all skeletons were like this. They were human skeletons. Now, from a lore perspective, that doesn't really make sense because, as we can see by this beautiful face, we have Argonians in the world, we have Khajiit in the world, we have trolls in the world. There are different creatures and beings other than humans here. Yeah, I know I got a new mask for him, so I don't have to look at his stupid face. So a mod I installed, if I can find the title, Creature Skeletons, that's a simple name. Just add skeletons as enemies. Like, it's still a regular skeleton enemy, but it changes the texture, and like this guy is a Argonian skeleton. So it's just a little bit more immersion, a little bit more reality. Petty Soul Gem, sure. A little bit more depth to the game, a little more quote-unquote realism, even though it is a video game after all. Conjure Skeleton, I will take you, and we will learn you, even though I probably will not use it. Cool. Okay, so let's discover this, and then we'll talk about the new mod. Okay, so remember our signs back in the very first episode. We are currently under the sign of the Thief. I was going to say Ninja. Thief, which enables our like sneak skills to level up faster. That's really useful for us since we are going to be Argonian Ninja Assassin and Badass. This is a new stone that we have discovered now, and we can fast travel to it any time. When an icon is darkened like this, means it has not been discovered. When we discover one, it lights it up. That means we can fast travel to it at any time, unless, of course, we are inside a building. So here's a new stone. Once a day, those under the sign of the Ritual can reanimate nearby corpses to fight for them. We just learned magic to reanimate corpses, so why would I waste my stone on that? I wouldn't, is the answer, but hey, we found it. Good for us. So let's take a minute here and talk about this mod. This is the biggest mod that I have installed. It's made the most significant difference in terms of my experience playing the game. Because if you'll remember in my first session, I was constantly complaining about the user interface, these menus, being really hard to use and annoying and terrible. I was not alone in this. Thousands upon thousands of other people felt the same way, so one guy, or a couple of guys I'm sure, a lot smarter than me, came up with this new user interface. It is called Sky UI. UI standing for user interface, of course, and it makes it more PC friendly. Now on console when I was playing, the user interface never bothered me because you have a convenient D-pad or analog stick to move around. But with this, because we're using a mouse, and partially because this icon's so damn big, it makes it hard to do these little tweaks here to go back and forth between our old UI. This fixes that problem. It also gives us a lot better at-a-glance for stats. So if I'm looking at my arrows here, I can easily switch between arrows, see damage ratios here, or I can use my arrow keys, which I will probably do most of the time because because of Sky UI is a little heavy on my processor because it's not awesome. It is a little bit, what is this? Why does it have that poison thing on there? Oh, because I poisoned it for the next person. Duh. Yes. What was I saying? Oh, it just makes it easier at a glance to visualize this stuff. And, you know, we can click here, drag around. Oh, look, pickaxe. Ah, cool. So, yeah, this breaks everything down. It's pretty self-explanatory. Weapons, armor, potions, scrolls, food, which I have none of because it's useless. You know, ingredients, which is most of our inventory right now, through everything. Here we can filter so we're in ingredients and we can filter. So if I just want to look at, say, my garlic, there, just top in a little bit of that, shows me my garlic. If we go back, if I want to go into, you know, miscellaneous, and I just want to find my wolf pelts, wolf pelts. So it's pretty great. It does the same, let's get out of here. It does the same thing for magic. Oh, it's auto-saving. So you do need to go into this main menu here. But when you come up with magic, it brings up the same thing. You can, you know, add to favorites, all that kind of stuff. It has powers. What is this? Oh, cool. So these are my statistics. Yeah, I haven't played around with this as much, obviously. So here, these are my special abilities. My hit scan, regenerate faster, and shouts, of course. We only have one. So that is Sky UI. We might play around with that a little bit more later because I'm trying to get my favorites thing to work. So here we're in healing, and as much better as this is, as much better, as easier, that's still not right. This is easier to do it this way than the old one, and I do have these hotkeys here, but it lets me do groupings, but it's not perfect. Like if I do this, well, brings up this grouping, but it won't change. Like if I tried to make the grouping my axe and flames, but it didn't seem to work. I didn't play around with it that much because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time doing that. But like F1, for example, I just have mapped to my bow, so I don't even have to bring up my favorites to do that, which is pretty nice. It's obviously it is still, you know, easier to just come up here. We want to do flames, we'll do in the left, and we want to do sword in the right, and we'll draw. Cool. So that still is easier than the, dang it, it still is easier than the old UI, but not ideal for me yet because I need to learn how to play with the favorites and mapping buttons better.